adding or subtracting mixed numbers. Your textbook and the online video that the publisher presents for this material goes about adding and subtracting mixed numbers in a different way. And it really doesn't matter which method you choose to use, whichever one works better for you is what you should use. But I'm going to go over adding and subtracting mixed numbers in a different way than your textbook explains it. And the way I'm going to discuss adding and subtracting mixed numbers is very similar to the way that we looked at multiplying and dividing mixed numbers. The first step is change mixed number to improper fraction, and that's my little abbreviation for fraction. 2, find the LCD, the least common denominator, if they're unlike fractions, and rewrite each fraction as an equivalent fraction. With the LCD as the new denominator. And then 3, add or subtract. And remember, when we're adding or subtracting fractions, we only add or subtract the numerators. The denominators stay the same. And then for the last step is to change answer back to a mixed number. And as always, the fraction part of it has to be proper. And if it can be simplified further, then you would want to do that before entering in as an answer. So let's look at some examples. So here are our 2 mixed numbers, 3 4/5 and 1 4/15. Now, before I go any further, I am going to make a quick estimate in my mind about where my final answer should be. 4/5 is close to 1, so 3 4/5 is estimated, if I were to estimate, this would be 4. And 4/15 is not close to 1, 4 is less than half of 15. When we're estimating with fractions, if the fraction is greater than 1/2, then we would round up to the next whole number. And if the fraction is less than half, then we would leave this number as it is. And if the fraction was exactly 1/2, we would also round up. So this is greater than 1/2, 4/5 is greater than 1/2, and 4/15 is less than 1/2. So I would round my 3 up to 4. And this would stay as 1. So my answer should be around 4 + 1, 5. It should be in that ballpark. So now I have an estimate in my mind, and when I get my final answer, if it's way off, I have a kind of a standard that I can use to see if I've made a big mistake or not. So first I want to change my mixed numbers to improper fractions. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 + 4 is 19. So this is 19 over 5. 15 times 1 is 15, and 15 + 4 is 19. So I have 19 over 5 and 19 over 15. Now what I would need to do next is find the least common denominator. I'm just looking for a pen here. Hope this one works. And the least common denominator here is going to be 15. If I were to use the list method, my first number would be 15, and 5 goes into 15. So this doesn't have to change, because to get to 15 from 15, I just multiply by 1. Let's see if I can. Here we go. This marker will show up better, I think. And then to get to 15 from 5, I've got to multiply by 3. So I'm going to multiply 19 by 3 3 times 9 is 7, 27, 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 57. So 19 times 3 is 57. So now I have 57 plus 19 over 15. So I add my numerators, 57 and 19 is 76. And so I end up with 76 over 15. And the last step is to change this back into a mixed number, and my mixed number should be around 5. So we change my improper fraction into a mixed number by dividing my denominator into my numerator. So let's see, 5 times 15 is actually 75. So my final answer, 76 over 15, is equal to 5 and 1/15, where 5 was my quotient, my remainder of 1 becomes my new numerator, and then my denominator stays the same. So 5 and 1/15, and that makes sense because if I remember my original estimation, 4 plus 1 is 5, my answer makes sense.